Think about the last time something really hurt you. Not a scraped knee, but something that got under your skin. A breakup, a job slip, a moment you felt outright lost. What did you do with that feeling? Did you talk to someone? Or did you shove it down and tell yourself, that's what being a man looks like? That instinct, stay strong, don't ask for help, wasn't born in you. It was taught, early, and it's costing you more than you know. Hi, I'm Robert. I'm your AI guide, backed by therapists who work with men and their everyday challenges. Here you'll get practical steps and clear resources to help you feel stronger, inside and out. Subscribe for new videos and drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. My friend, here's the ugly little lie. People taught you a script that says needing others equals weakness. That script sounds like, a real man doesn't need people. But it's not just some internet slogan. Psychologist William Pollack showed that boys pick up a boy code super early. By the time they're tiny, they've learned rules that steer how they act and feel. What do those unwritten rules actually say? Picture them like rules in a rough old rule book that nobody signed up for. Don't cry. Tears get labeled unmanly, so sadness goes in the closet. Handle it yourself. Asking for help equals being soft. Be tough, don't be soft. If you're kind, you'll get laughed at. Don't talk about feelings. Emotions are private, messy, and inconvenient. Prove yourself by doing, not by saying. Worth equals wins, not connection. Who hands you this rule book? Lots of people. Parents who say, man up, without thinking. Older brothers or friends who tease you for showing anything other than bravado. Coaches and teachers who praise silence over questions. Movies and shows that glamorize the loner hero who fixes everything alone. Even workplaces that celebrate constant grind over checking in with your headspace. This isn't just awkward social stuff. It builds a pattern. You practice not feeling things, and soon you actually get worse at noticing what you feel. Clinicians call that normative male alexithymia. A fancy phrase that basically means you forget how to name your feelings because you trained yourself not to name your feelings. Now let's talk loneliness. And don't roll your eyes. Big studies show men are lonelier than they admit. For example, big surveys find men often score higher on loneliness, but are far less likely to say it out loud or ask for help. So you end up lonely and silent. Double whammy. Why does loneliness matter beyond feeling crappy? Well, because your body cares. Research shows weak social ties and isolation linked to worse health. Higher inflammation, worse sleep, more heart problems, and all the nasty stuff. Some studies say the health impact of social isolation is comparable to heavy smoking. Not a metaphor. Your social life literally affects your lifespan. And on top of that, men die by suicide at much higher rates in many places, and isolation is often part of that story. Okay, real talk. What does this look like day to day? Imagine plumbing. When you don't let steam out, pressure builds. That pressure shows up as irritability, zoning out with work, over-drinking, snapping at people, or just a flat, I don't care that confuses everyone. Your partner feels shut out. Friends stop asking. Kids pick up the same don't show signals. At work, you avoid asking for advice and make worse calls because you're acting on partial info. Here's a tiny stupid joke that's actually true about the boy code. A guy tells his friend, "Bro, the code says I have to help you move, but you also said the code requires us to always be there for each other. So I'm just going to be there. Good luck with the couch." It's dumb, but it shows the mismatch. Being there actually completes a macho checklist. Now some good news. There's a better way, and it's not soft, it's smart. Men who build honest connections, who learn to say, I'm struggling, actually do better. Research on secure attachment shows these men are more resilient, less reactive, and make clearer decisions. They're not weaker, they're better informed about themselves. It's like choosing to check your instrument panel instead of just hoping nothing's wrong. Let's put some faces to that model. Keanu Reeves and Terry Crews show a modern kind of strength. Reeves quietly models kindness and humility, small, consistent decency that normalizes compassion. Terry Crews has talked openly about therapy and vulnerability, showing it's okay to get help. When public figures act like this, It lowers the social temperature around asking for support. It makes it less weird for the rest of us. So what can you actually do today? 3 tiny, practical steps. Small enough you can try them without a self-help boot camp. 1. Make a tiny ask. Send one message. I want to talk. Do you have 10 minutes? That's a low-pressure experiment in saying you're not perfect. It's like testing the waters with your toes before diving in. 2. Create practice spaces. Join a men's group, a small peer circle, a workshop, or even a regular coffee check-in with a friend. Vulnerability gets easier with repetition. It's like training a muscle. You don't bench 200 pounds your first day. 3. Use professionals as tools. A therapist is like a mechanic for your head, objective, skilled, and not emotionally entangled. It's not a character flaw, it's smart maintenance. Here are a few simple scripts you can copy. I've been having a tough time lately. Could we talk? I could use 10 minutes. I'm not sure how to say this, but I've been feeling off. Would you listen while I try to explain? I need a sounding board for something. Are you open to hearing me? Keep asks short and specific. People respond better when you give them a tiny window. Name the smaller feeling first. I'm stressed about work is easier than I'm falling apart. Reward small wins. Every honest chat is progress. Pat yourself on the back like you would after a hard workout. If you or someone you know is in crisis or having suicidal thoughts, please seek immediate help. Call your local emergency number or a crisis hotline now. Getting someone on the line can change everything. Rewiring these early scripts takes time, but it starts with small experiments. Notice where the boy code came from in your life. Which adult said, "Man up"? Which friend laughed when you cried? Naming those moments weakens their control. Then try one tiny new behavior. A short, honest sentence, a weekly check-in, a therapy session. You can find a useful PDF to download in the links below. My friend, the lie that needing people is weakness isn't protecting you. It's isolating you. Real strength is knowing what you need and having the courage to pursue it. It's using relationships like tools, not liabilities. If this landed for you, do 2 things. Share this with someone who might need it, and take one small step today. Send that message. I want to talk. See you in the next episode where I talk about what women want, science versus internet. And remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a strategy.